90% of the time.
Oh my god, no. It'd be worse than Swagger. That'd be
Okay.
banned from showdown.
I'm gonna
so
go.
fast.
I'm gonna go take the stopwatch because it's optimal and boring.
Also, Needle,
I don't know why.
how are you doing?
I'm okay. Kinda tired. But I'm okay.
I have to go take a GED test at like 2 p.m. and I woke up at like 2 a.m. So that should be fun.
Also, how much was your headset, Needle?
It was. Let me convert it to dollars. It's a bit of a cheap one, so I'm not. The mic isn't
Yuppie's
great. It's not
tail.
a surprise.
Yeah,
That's 2 guppy pieces.
I was noticing, like, you know, this headset's not too great. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not impressed with it.
$35.
Doesn't get the shade stamp of
You wanna-
approval.
Do you want to know how much I paid for my needle?
How
Well,
much?
considering
Well,
that the audio levels
my-
were really inconsistent.
Mic. So let me go to Amazon.
But if audio levels are too consistent, it just becomes too predictable and just boring.
Yeah.
I want to be surprised.
Alright. My studio condenser microphone was $44.99.
I spent a lot of money on my microphone, so don't go my
Zala found this one when it was for pretty cheap. I was like, sweet. And then my mom's like, but I'm like, well, I still need headphones and to
Oh,
listen
I'm
to
guppy.
things. She's like, oh,
Nice.
nice. And she's like, well, would that last longer than the default like mic and headphones? And I'm like, yeah. So then I got like the headphones that Shade has now. Well, technically, I got them first, but Shade was already looking at them before me.
Yeah, and now I have them too. So me and Brian are headphone bros.
They're the Sennheiser HD 419s. They were like 37.
See,
The
I-
only
So as much as yours, pretty much.
the only problem that I have with them, and Brian had the same issues, the cord is real short.
Pretty short. Like, I mean, it's like, I'd say like, what, like 6 feet long, probably?
I'm not even sure if they're that.
I think it'd be 6 feet
It's
long.
about that long, yeah, actually.
So I had to get an extension cable. Which I already knew I was going to need one anyway, so I did order one.
Oh, hey, Palom. It's still here.
Oh, also,
You're a kid now, you're a cat now.
where did the I ordered another one. They
So, Needle,
Oh, I got paw too.
are you ready for the splat test?
Oh wait, shit. When's that?
When was it again?
It was the
it's-
7th or 16th. No, 17th and 18th.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, it's the next weekend. This weekend. I guess.
Yeah, you just
Well-
forgot the pieces, didn't you?
17th and 18th for America, but when is the European one?
Oh, I think it's on the same day.
Hmm. Same time?
What is the contest for?
The
It's-
European one is sleeping versus eating.
Yep.
Really? That's
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to question, are you gonna take the placenta and then use the paw?
I'm sure Palom would choose sleeping because he's a cat.
Clearly.
Speed down.
I'm gonna choose team I don't have Splatoon.
Solid
Well,
team.
August is next month.
Yeah, but I won't have money. And I'm thinking about like, because the only time, unless I get a job, the only time I even see myself getting any sort of money would be the end of this year for Christmas. Yes, I've already thought that far ahead because, you know, money.
Well, I understand that too. Like I've been there. I'm basically there again because I have not had a job for over a year.
You could probably find a job easier than your first job because of having experience. You can probably just be like, yo, I have experience and a job. And they'll be like, okay, cool.
I have
On the
once
other
had a
hand-
job, so that means I'm allowed to get jobs.
On the other hand, though, because I have not been in a job for a long time, they're gonna be like, "Why haven't you been working for this long?"
They don't care about that.
They do.
They really
They
do.
do.
They look at gaps
They
in your employment
really
and they will pry them open.
They don't do that here for some reason, which is good. Like, they don't ever look at that in my mom
The thing is,
when she applies. My mom
It
hasn't
depends
worked
on
for like
what
2 years.
field you're in as well. Like
Well,
some fields.
she was
like-
doing accounting work when she had a job, and now she's trying to just get a job in either that or marketing. And like, they have not once asked like, well, why haven't you worked this long, or, you know, whatever.
Well, with me having not worked for over a year now.
Well, see,
there's
she hadn't worked for 2 years, and they haven't like asked for that question. Maybe it's just like a state thing or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's just dependent on who is interviewing.
I can just make some excuse like I was helping out my family and also studying, whatnot.
Envy's gonna get wrecked too.
Excuse you.
I'm hoping I can just get the math thing done with so I can have my GED. Just be done with that.
You know, Shore 2,
Hmm.
you're the same age as Oron,
Yep.
and also I
I'm
think Needle.
22 as well.
yeah.
See, like, I'm...
Team 22.
See, I'm 19 and just trying to find a job because I've been out of school. And, like, every time it's just like, oh, well, you don't have experience for the job that you're trying to apply for. And the experience you need is literally for the job that you're applying for. And it's like, well, since you haven't done a job, you don't have experience, we're going to look at other applicants. It's like, that's
But
backwards.
I need this job so I
I
can
need
get
a job so I can
experience.
get a job. It's
I
like,
don't understand.
The catch-22 is the hardest part about getting
I'm
your
not
first...
sure if I'm on Team 22
job.
anymore because of Catch 22s. Like, especially considering it's a lot harder for me probably because I don't want to work in fast food, mainly for one reason. I'm not good with that kind of like going that fast and
I hated the
speed.
fucking... I hated it! It's
and
why
then
I
there's also
quit.
people who said, you know, I hated it and shit like that. Like, my main reason for it is basically just
Yeah,
like, I know
I hear a lot of people do hate that.
Let me
I
point
just
out
know I'd crack under the pressure and just flip out and just wouldn't be able to handle it. So working into some place that's like slower.
That's why people gotta
probably
respect
better.
fast food workers a little more.
Oh yeah, they have
They
people
do
with so
work.
much shit.
It is
People
really
being like,
hard
you didn't
work.
give me my ketchup on my fucking burger. Fuck you.
It's
You are the
very
worst worker ever.
stressful. Like, it was not fun. Like, I can tell you that anytime. I really learned, like, man, people give fast food workers too much shit. They have to go through...
Then they only earn minimum wage. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With no benefits, no nothing.
You know what? I'm yellowing this Curse of the Blind. Okay. Strange Attractor. That should be fun. I don't even care with stopwatch. Like, it's no big deal. I don't think there's really much that can make me lose.
The biggest problem with working fast food is, of course, dealing with people. That's honestly the worst part of it.
Oh yeah, especially the people who are like, wow, you did this one thing wrong on my order. Fuck you, you're the worst person ever. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot, like, the tiny dab more of ketchup you asked for.
People
Whoops.
will pretty much spite you for the rest of your career just because you didn't fucking give them one packet of ketchup or something.
Yeah, that ketchup would have saved my life.
It's ridiculous. I've talked to so many people who've worked at, like,
Oh, yeah,
McDonald's
should
and
pop
stuff.
that
And
first.
them saying, like, oh, it's just fucking, oh my god, I can't do this, and shit like that. It's fucking terrible. It's like, yeah, I'm never working in fast food. And then they'll be talking about, like, oh, did you get a job yet? You need to get a job. It's like, well, just go to apply at McDonald's. I'm like, you told me horror stories. No, thank you.
Nice
I'm
try.
Nice try. I'm just like, no. It's just hilarious when
You
they're
already
like, wow, you
warned
don't
me
have...
against this.
Yeah, it's like, wow, you don't have a job. Why you should go apply to like McDonald's or something. I'm like, you told me not to work in fast food. He's like, but you need a job. I'm like, you've told me horror stories of working there. How
Not
about
doing
no? It's just hilarious sometimes when people.
For me personally, like I didn't care what my first job was that much. I just wanted a job for the experience. So I'm gonna be a little bit more strict about
If
where
you want
I
like
work.
an easy, or not easy. If you
No.
want like a job that's not too bad that you can pretty much get with like hardly any experience, just a grocery store really.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
No worries,
Not
sure.
Walmart though. Not Walmart.
No, Walmart's terrible. They're pretty shitty to people.
Yeah, I've learned
Like
that.
any
You
other
need cheat here now.
grocery store I hear is pretty fine, but Walmart's
We
pretty
need
stupid.
cheat for Walmart.
Hmm.
We would defend Walmart. Use the Walmart.
Yeah, my twin brother is not really like working at Walmart for a majority of the time until.
That's like if I need a job really badly, that's the last place I'm
Good
gonna apply.
born. Nice.
Is basically
that's
how
like-
I'm looking at it.
That's like a last ditch effort. Yeah.
I think like what I'm gonna do is hopefully get my GED. This test I take today, and then
Go see what's in
after
the shop
that,
first.
just start applying to every place I can, and also work on getting my license for driving.
Practical training for 2 weeks. Well, is it paid as?
You know
you
what?
Get paid for it, or
We're
do you have to
we're
pay
taking
for it?
Dad's key. We're gonna make it
Get paid
happen.
for it. I'm all right with that. You still get paid.
Oh, hive mind.
Oh my god, I got hive mind.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna take Dad's key and we're gonna wreck Mega Stand this run.
There's Pal in the lake. I know he's been wanting you to do Mega Stand.
Mhm.
Pal him. Come back to the living. I think he's still alive. He messaged at 7:01.
Stopwatch, hive mind, Guppy. Yeah. This'll be fine.
I feel like the U.S. needs to take some notes from like other countries and how people do jobs and stuff, because in the U.S. it's like, here, go to school and learn nothing about a job, so then when you try to go get a job they'll be like, do you have any experience or knowledge of the field? No. And then they'll just be like, well, never mind,
Fuck you.
we're not gonna hire you.
You
Yeah,
also one outdated concept that America has that really needs to change at some point. Just the amount of the week that we have to work. The whole America self-made man scenario led to this situation where you have to work for the majority of the week just to make a living.
I mean, most
Like-
of it's like most of them are 5 or 6 days. From what I hear.
It's still like an extreme amount of hours for not like even normally acceptable.
Well, if
pay
you're
compared
trying-
to other places.
Yeah. Like, what is it? If you're trying to live off like the minimum wage, it's near impossible.
Like the job market is built on archaic concepts at this
Job
point.
market is a bunch of bullshit. Where it's like, how do you have experience in the job that you're applying for? Have you done this job before? If not, then I'm sorry, you're not qualified. It's like, but I've never had a job, and if I have to have this job,
Just a little bit bullshit.
it's like the first job is so stupid and so backwards thinking. It's like you have to get lucky and have them just take pity on you, and you have to
just-
sit there,
yeah,
beg on
they
your
just
knees,
don't
and
care.
be like, "I want this job. I will do anything." And then they just like, "Well, maybe." And then they see someone who's like, "Look at this guy. He's done a job before. I hire him." It's like,
Skulllex would stopwatch.
oh my god, you got the skull. Painful.
please. Okay, here we go.